Hello, everyone. Welcome back to State of Candles, and welcome to the month of September. And you'll hear just a little bit of feedback because I am at the lake recording this. So, welcome to Stay Up Candles, where the message is stay up because if you stay under it, it will crush you, and if you stay in it, it will consume you. So this month I'm always doing some reflecting and things like that. And I recently seen a post that just said, let them. Let people do what they want, let people make their own choices and decisions. And that's kind of hard for me being a micromanager because I am the eldest daughter of the family. Even if you aren't the eldest daughter, you might feel like you need to manage your family or manage your friends or just manage the people around you. So I've spent a big part of my life trying to quote unquote save people, trying to stop them from making mistakes, trying to protect them from pain, trying to guide them, trying to teach them, trying to fix them, trying to carry them. And we all know that we can't carry much for too long. And if you are a person that goes to the gym, you know that weights get tough. So trying to carry people and carry the weight of others, we know it's just not really feasible. And so you may relate to that. I thought I was being strong. I thought I was being helpful. I thought I was being loyal. But what I was really doing was micromanaging. I wasn't allowing them to grow, and I wasn't allowing myself to grow. Because if they didn't see the weight of their mistakes on their own, or if I came to bail them out every time they failed at something, then that would just tell them that I will always be there. I thought being that dependable person gives you a badge of honor. But I'm here to tell you that being that dependable person, it most time leaves you in a position to where everyone is looking for you to help them or to do something for them, and it's not reciprocated. So a lot of that came from fear. Fear that if I let people go their own way, that they'll fall apart. Or even I would fall apart without having them. Sometimes it came from love. Sometimes it came from pride. Like, if I don't make this move or make this work, then it just won't work. And that was a selfish thought to have. And sometimes it just came from my own self because I just wanted to help when I wasn't guided to help. I wanted to do it just because I thought that that was my position and my place. We all take positions in life, and sometimes we may fall into thinking that we have to stay into that same position, but we don't have to stay in that position. We can change, we can alter, we can play different positions and things like that. So when I read let them, I felt it. It was like a shift. Let them walk away. Let them make decisions that you don't agree with. That is big for me. Letting people around me make decisions that I don't agree with. And then when I started thinking about it, I'm like, I'm not the boss of their life. I'm not the boss of anything. So why would I be upset because they're making their own decisions? Because in my mind, I felt like I knew where their decisions would end. It would land them in a worse place, and that's not what I wanted for them. Or it would land them in a place where I would have to help them out of. And I decided that I will no longer be doing that. So let them leave. Let them do what they want. It's not up to you. Again, it's not up to you. Now, that may sound cold. I'm not saying that people should just quote unquote focus on their self and just be selfish. Of course, we are a community. We are people that need each other. We weren't built to be alone, so we are going to need to grow along others. But here's the thing, you grow along others, you don't grow into each other. Plants, flowers, all of those things, trees, they grow alongside each other, they don't grow into each other. For example, look at these trees right here. They're beside each other, but they are not growing into each other. So, just something for thought. So, don't feel like you have to be that person. You don't have to be that person for everyone because you end up burnt out and you end up feeling like people aren't that for you. especially if you don't in turn ask for help, but you feel like, okay, if I'm helping them, they should be calling to ask me, do I need help or anything like that. So, another point, do not try to be Superwoman or Superman. Think about it. Everybody wants to be the hero in those movies, but they don't know that the heroes, they also go through things. And Superman, Batman, all of those other superheroes, they don't have 100% save rate. What does that mean? They have not saved everyone, and we will not be able to save everyone. Sometimes it's hard to even save ourselves, so we have to focus on that. So we are not supposed to be the hero in everybody's story, especially when it costs you your peace, when it costs you your rest, or even costs you your mental health. So let's just sit on that for a second, that we don't want to do anything that will cost us our mental health. Because how can we mentally help others if our mental health is not where it's supposed to be? So if we're drained, we can't do anything for anyone or even ourselves. So letting go doesn't mean that you don't care. It doesn't mean that you're heartless. It just means that you're going to let people take care of their own lives and you take care of your own life. You can only control yourself. Again, you can only control yourself. So if someone that you know makes a decision that you don't like, it's not up to you to try to fix it. It's not up to you to try to work it out for them. It's not up to you to be that knight in shining armor where they say, hey, I did end up making the wrong decision and I need you to fix this. Sometimes you need to let them sit in that. And you may feel like, oh, this is so evil if I let them sit in that, but it is a part of life. How will they learn their lessons if you don't allow them? You keep getting in the way of them learning and growing better and just being a crutch. So, you have to focus on yourself, your boundaries, your energy. You don't have to attend to everyone else's emotion. And when you say no, or when you set that boundary of, hey, I'm going to just let you do what you do and I'm not going to intervene, it may feel bad at first. You may feel like this person may not want to speak to you anymore, or they may even be upset. They may feel like you should be doing these things for them. But just have that conversation. Have that conversation with them and say, hey, I will no longer be this for you. And they may not even think that you are. And they may not even see that you are. But they'll see once they have to learn and make their own decisions, just as you are. So don't think that they are incapable of learning and making their own decisions, because you are capable of it. Other people are capable of it. So that is something that can be done. So you don't have to bleed yourself dry to help people who aren't asking for it, especially if they aren't asking for it. That's not love. That's not sustainable. So, in closing, I'm learning to let them. And at the same time, I'm learning to let me let rest, to let me release, to let me trust, to let me be. To let me stay soft and loving without letting people walk all over me. And to not be bitter if I felt like people have walked all over me. And if you feel like people have walked all over you in the past or are currently doing it, you can put a stop to it, and you don't have to be bitter. Just stop it, and you know from now and from experience that you are not a doormat. So you can still care for people. You can still love people. You can still show up for people, but you don't have to lose yourself in the process. So let them, and stay up. Stay up above the chaos. Stay up in your healing, and stay up in this world. So, if this spoke to you, drop a comment, share your own let them moment if you feel comfortable doing so, or tag someone who needs to hear this. And also check out my September journal prompt for this month. Love y'all, and as always, stay up.